Have you ever felt like you're just stuck? Like no matter what you try, you keep running into the same problems, fighting the same battles over and over again? Well, today we're going to decode exactly why that happens. And more importantly, we're going to uncover a direct path to move beyond it for good. So let's just get right into it, because this question hits on a massive misunderstanding. We've been taught to think of burning karma as this endless process of suffering, right? Paying off some kind of cosmic debt. But what if that's not it at all? What if it's really just about a simple, powerful shift in your own mind that you can make right now? You know this feeling. I know this feeling. We all do. It's that deep frustration when you think you're finally making progress, and then, bam, the same old issue pops up. The same kind of draining relationship, the same money worries, the same self-doubt. It feels like there's this invisible wall you just can't seem to break through. Now, those feelings, they're not random. That constant agitation, that sense of powerlessness, that little voice of self-doubt that never seems to shut up, these are the symptoms. They are the actual chains of karma in action. And today, we're going to decode the exact mechanism behind them. It's more of a science than a mystery. So what is this science? The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, BHAGAVAN Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, has decoded this entire process, and he reveals it's not some vague cosmic force, but a very specific inner mechanism he calls incompletion. And let me tell you, understanding this is the absolute key to setting yourself free. So what exactly is an incompletion? As Bhagavan has revealed, it's basically anything that pulls you out of the present moment. Think of it like this: any old pain, any regret, any decision you still feel heavy about, it all acts like a filter that stops you from actually experiencing and responding to life as it's happening right here, right now. It's all the baggage we carry that keeps us from being truly alive. And here's where it gets really precise. These patterns aren't just vague feelings. As Bhagavan explains, they get locked into our system at a very specific time and in a very specific space. An incident happened, and in that moment, you formed a limiting belief about yourself or the world, what he calls an inadequate cognition. Maybe a single moment in childhood where you felt helpless got recorded, and boom, it's locked in. Bhagavan gives this absolutely brilliant analogy. He says an incompletion is like a compressed photograph of that past moment, and that photo gets saved onto the hard disk of your being, your biomemory. So every time a similar situation comes up in your life now, what does your system do? It doesn't respond to the new situation. It just pulls up that old, painful photograph and hits play. And this is the most important part to get. You're not actually reacting to what's happening in front of you. You're reacting to the replay of that old photograph. This is the very thing that keeps that cycle of powerlessness, agitation, and struggle on a loop. It's the past literally dictating your present and your future. But, and this is a huge but, here is the most empowering truth of all. If incompletion is a mechanism, there must be a way to reverse it. And there is. It's the power of completion. And it's not some long, drawn-out, painful process. It's a conscious choice you can make to stop the replay and take back your power in the present moment. Just look at the difference here. On one side, incompletion. You're stuck in the past, you feel powerless, agitated, and you just seem to attract more and more problems. Sound familiar? But look at the other side, completion. Suddenly, you have power in the present moment. You have clarity, you have intelligence, you feel peace. The very source of the problems just starts to melt away. This is why Bhagavan says so powerfully that this is the first and most important thing you can ever do. Seriously. Before you make your next career move, before you try to fix your relationships, before anything else, bring completion inside you. It's the foundation. Everything else builds on this. Okay, so this all sounds great, but how do we actually do it, right? How do we make this practical? Let's break down the actual steps you can take on your path to freedom, starting today. Here's a simple 4-step toolkit. First, just start recognizing your patterns. No judgment, just notice them. Second, when that old feeling of agitation or helplessness comes up, understand, this is just that old photograph replaying. Third, make a conscious choice. Tell yourself, I am not giving this old replay any power over me right now. And finally, declare a new reality, a new powerful cognition for yourself. Now, to make that new declaration actually stick, you need a certain kind of energy. Bhagavan reveals this as integrity. And listen, he's not talking about morality or just being a good person. He defines integrity as a spiritual power. It's the raw ability to make your thoughts, words, and actions all align, which literally makes you a creator of your reality. And this is where it all clicks into place. Your ability to make a clear, unshakable will, to declare from the very core of your being, this is it, this is how it's going to be from now on. That is you using your spiritual power of integrity to completely overwrite that old, disempowering program. So what happens when you really start living from this space of completion? Well, your entire experience of life begins to shift. The struggle just stops, and something totally new begins. It's really that simple. All the energy that you are using to fight those internal battles, to replay those old pains, it's all freed up. Life stops being a problem to be solved or a fight to be won. It just becomes a celebration, moment by beautiful moment. And in the sacred Hindu histories, there's no greater example of this than Lord Ganesha. After his incredible transformation by Sadashiva, he became the living, breathing embodiment of what's called spontaneous completion celebration. His very presence radiates the pure joy of a life that's totally free from the weight of the past. And Bhagavan has shared with us that this is his whole mission for humanity. This is what Sadashiva, the ultimate consciousness, wants for every single one of us. Not a life of struggle and paying off debts, but a life of spontaneous, joyful completion celebration, just like Ganesha. So I want you to let this sink in. Your life is not meant to be a struggle. You are not here to suffer. You are literally designed to radiate the state, the space, and the powers of the ultimate consciousness, of Paramashiva itself. That is your birthright. This isn't something you need to wait for. It's not for some future time when you're more spiritual or ready. The power to end the karmic replays, to shift your reality, and to step into a life of celebration, it exists only in this moment. The choice is yours. Choose completion now.